Hey everyone, welcome. Today, we are going to tackle the surf forecast. And by the end of this, I promise you'll be able to look at what seems like just a random set of numbers and know exactly when to grab your board and get out there.
So, let's be honest. Have you ever been in this situation? You check the forecast, you see a promising wave height, maybe 3 to 4 feet. You get psyched, you call your friends, drive all the way to the coast, only to be greeted by, well, a lake. It's maybe one of the most common frustrations, right? And it all comes down to knowing how to read the rest of the forecast.
You see, that simple 3 to 4 foot number you find on a weather app, that's just the headline. The real story, the secret sauce to finding great waves, is buried in a chart that looks a lot like this. And I know, it seems intimidating, but here's the thing. Once you know what you're looking for, this wall of data basically becomes your crystal ball. So today, we're going to decode it together.
First things first, we gotta talk about the engine that drives it all, the swell. Understanding this concept is the absolute foundation for reading any surf forecast. It's really important to get this straight. A swell isn't a wave you can actually see way out in the deep ocean. It's pure energy, created by a storm that could be thousands of miles away. This energy just travels silently across the sea, and it only turns into that breaking wave we love to ride when it finally hits shallow water near the shore.
And here it is. This is probably the single most important secret to reading a surf forecast. Everybody looks at the wave height first, but the surfers who really know, the ones who always seem to score the best waves, they're looking at a different number altogether, the swell period.
So, what is the swell period? It's simply the time, measured in seconds, that it takes for two waves in a row to pass the same spot. A longer time between those waves means there's way more energy packed into each one. Thinking of it as a heartbeat is perfect. A slow, powerful, thumping heartbeat means you've got a strong, healthy swell.
And you can really see the difference it makes. A long period swell, we're talking 12 seconds or more, has traveled a really long way, which gives it time to get organized into these powerful lines of energy. A short period swell, on the other hand, is the opposite. It's usually whipped up by nearby wind, and that just results in messy, weaker, low-quality surf.
So here's your first major takeaway. When you look at that forecast, your eyes should scan right for the swell period. If you see a number that's 12 seconds or higher, your ears should definitely perk up. A number like 14 seconds, that is a fantastic sign that some quality, powerful waves are headed your way.
But you know, a great swell is only half the battle. Once all that energy finally reaches the coast, the local wind takes over. You should think of the wind as a sculptor. It can either groom that swell into a perfect, beautiful wave, or it can just smash it into total mush.
Think of it like this. Offshore wind is your absolute best friend. It blows from the land out to the sea, right against the face of the incoming wave. This holds a wave up, it smooths it out, and it creates that beautiful, clean shape that surfers dream about. Onshore wind, well, that's your enemy. It blows from behind the wave, flattening it out and creating that dreaded, choppy, bumpy mess that just ruins the ride.
And this is exactly how you'll see it on your forecast. Offshore is the magic word. Glassy, which just means no wind at all, is also fantastic. Onshore means messy conditions, and cross-shore means the wind is blowing parallel to the beach, which is kind of somewhere in the middle. The main point is you are always hunting for those offshore or glassy windows.
Okay, so now we have our two key ingredients, a nice, long-period swell and a favorable offshore wind. Now, let's put this new knowledge to work and read a real forecast with some confidence.
Remember this thing? It doesn't look so scary anymore, does it? Now we have the keys to unlock it. Instead of just a jumble of data, we can actually see a story about what the ocean is about to do. So, let's find the absolute best day to go surfing.
Okay, let's pinpoint that perfect time. So if we look at Wednesday morning, the surf height is a solid 3 to 4 plus feet. Good start. Now for our key factors. The swell period is 13 seconds. That's a huge yes. And the wind, it's NNW at only 3 miles per hour. Now, if we're at a beach where NNW is an offshore direction, all the signs are pointing to one thing. This is the time. This is when you go surfing.
So to wrap it all up, here is your simple 3-step checklist for every single time you look at a forecast. Step 1, find the swell and look for that magic number, a period of 12 seconds or more.
Step 2, check the wind and hunt for offshore or glassy conditions. And Step 3, once you've confirmed those first two, just take a quick glance at the tide to see if it's rising or falling, because that can also affect the wave quality at your specific spot. It really is that simple.
And that's it. That's how you read a surf forecast. It's all about looking past that one big number and really understanding the forces of nature that come together to create a perfect wave. So next time you check the forecast, I hope you don't just see numbers. I hope you see a story, and maybe, just maybe, the promise of a perfect day waiting for you out on the water.